The deja vu method has been my mainstay. I've depended on this slot strategy to earn the most taxable jackpots. As with my other winning strategies, it isn't about how lucky you are. Instead, it's based on how a specific casino has set up their operating system. And live from Reno, Reno, Nevada, it's Professor Slot's Saturday morning live stream. And of course, I'll be taking I'll be taking your questions. Um, and let me turn that off. Because this is a live stream. I'm only saying that because, of course, the people who are live now know it's a live stream, but you might be watching this after the fact. Hello to you watching this recording. Thank you for being here, and be sure to subscribe for notifications so you can have your questions answered the next time I do one of these. But either way, stick around, and I'm sure it will be of value to you, even if you are watching this after the fact. For those who are here live, thank you so much. If you have a question, please use hashtag question. I'll put that as a banner across the bottom of the screen. That's so I can be sure to spot your question to me instead of the comments in the live chat to each other. After all, this is a community video where friends check in with each other about their slots play and everything else that goes on. Improve your slots play. Improve your slots play in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You'll get 3 free valuable bonuses plus 1 month free to my Slots IQ membership, where you get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. And I'll drop a link into the live chat on YouTube for those who are interested. Since this is my first live stream, since I've moved to from Southwest Ohio to Reno, Nevada, to be near my daughter, I arrived on Monday. If I'm a little discombobulated, please forgive me. It's 3-hour time change. I had light jet lag on Tuesday, and it's been an uphill battle. So I want to point out that there's, say, a special thanks to Chuck, who just donated. I'll get to that. Thank you, Chuck, for volunteering to be picked up in Missouri and then driving the rest of that marathon 32-hour drive with cats in the back seat. Well done, Chuck. And yes, that's Atlantis Casino in the background right there. It's a little better view if I show you, let's see. Let me show you this other screen. There you are. So it's a little easier to see it here. This is Atlantis Casino, and from my patio, it's really nicely lit up at night. In the background behind it, you can see, in the background behind it is the Reno Tahoe International Airport. As an aerospace engineer, even if I'm not working as one any longer, I could watch planes take off all day. But let's get back to winning slot strategy number 7, the deja vu method. And I want to thank Chuck for his donation. So thank you, Chuck, for your donation is very much appreciated. And there it is. And also thank you to Jan for her super sticker. Chuck, it's a super chat. Chuck provided a super chat, and he says, "I'm having new business cards printed. Driver, wingman, Human Cash Bank." Human Cash Bank. I didn't know you had that service available. Yeah, he told everybody we met, yeah, I'm his driver, and everybody would kind of look at me and look back at him. It was pretty awesome. Thank you, Chuck. And thank you to Texas Tootsie for the $10 donation. And I have, yes, the move went well. Let's see, there's things to show you. I showed you that, but there's also my two cats. Yes, they made it. And my other cat left and went to my younger sister, who then a week later took Isaac, my dog. And Madame Curie is happy with Isaac. And that was part of the drive. Pardon the bug stain. That's the moon setting, and that's kind of what I'm living in the desert now. Part of the draining effect of all this moving was filling up. This is 50 cubic foot boxes of just books, textbooks, science fiction, cookbooks. These are all books, and I donated them to Goodwill. And Goodwill was kind enough to take them, not on the first try, but on the second try. And there's actually 2 boxes less than this, a third layer that I donated to different places. So there was actually 3 layers altogether. And one of my moderators took 7 boxes of books, and she told me recently that she just finished the first one, so it's going to be a while before she finished. She just went through all my science fiction, fantasy, and took what she liked. And these are like old friends to me. Yes, I read all those books more than once, but the thing that's I don't know. I'll just mention that these were the ones I kept. All along, I've been donating books, 4 or 5 boxes a year for the ones that I knew I wouldn't read again. These are the books that I would reread and keep, and some of which I've had for, let's see, 40 years, some of them. But, it's time for a change. And I'm in the desert and I can breathe now without allergies. Okay, so, and let's get back to our topic today. And is it impressive, or is it, I enjoy reading all kinds of stuff, and 8 college degrees. Sorry, I don't have the degrees up in the background. I may not put them back up, just posting them, but that's who I am. That's what I do. So yes, let's go on and not be distracted by my move and echoes and the lighting and not having too much furniture. Everything went into a minivan, and as Chuck knows, that's all my stuff. Where did I move to? How close are you? Okay, so Kim asks, I'll answer a few questions now. Where did you move to? I moved to Reno, Nevada. And how close are you to the nearest casino? 2.3 miles. Isn't that amazing? And there's like 20 casinos in Reno. If you don't count my grocery store, which has a little alcove with like 6 machines in it. So I'm not going to count that as a casino. Paula, so my moderator says Paula wishes she could be here but is out running the roads today. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Joanna. Let's see. Yes, I missed you guys too. Yeah, isn't it? Nice spot. And Serena C says, nice. Glad the move went well. I have a scratching post for potential kitty sightings. Yes, there is one over on my recording table right over there. And the other is, well, I'm suspicious. I don't know where the other is. So probably in the other room. So yes, and Thomas says, I now try to keep better track of winning machines. Yeah, right. And that's what we'll talk about. Desert air is healthy. Well, I have allergies, cat allergies too. But let's get to the topic. Let's get back to let's get back to winning slot strategy number 7, the deja vu method. My most successful winning strategy, where winning meant I was learning while earning both a profit and Players Club reward points for all the best comps. To make take-home money, I decided I needed taxable jackpots from high-limit slot machines. To earn players' rewards credits and thereby earn an assortment of food, travel, event, and hand-carried gifts, I needed to be able to cycle bankrolls. There's more than one kind of winning slot machine. It's typically apparent when someone wins a taxable jackpot, but it's not obvious if the player is making a profit. When playing one slot machine for a long time, it is noticeable if that machine has relatively high odds of winning within the time he or she is playing. What is less obvious is whether someone spending a long time playing a single slot machine is cycling bankrolls, not while interspersed with also winning taxable jackpots. But a series of jackpots under the $1,200 taxable limit will go relatively unnoticed by most observers if the player immediately cancels the distinct sequence and sounds, lights and sounds of a bankroll roll up. To not draw undue attention, I always cancel the roll up. Do you? I know it's fun to let the lights and sounds play out. It's very gratifying in its way, but for me, it wasted time. I'd have preferred to be gambling while the playing was excellent. With this winning strategy, winning for me meant a combination of taxable jackpots, W hand pays, as well as cycling bankrolls. It also meant both if I could have both at once. Having both at once, which did happen, was an especially winning slot machine, but having either one alone was too. For those of you, for you to use this winning strategy, you need to know your own gambling goals. If you want taxable jackpots, hand pays, then you want a slot machine that provides them. If you wish comps, then you only need a slot machine that cycles bankrolls. When implementing my deja vu strategy, I had 3 gambling goals. 2 of them were making money. Oh, here we go. Found the other cat. Or the other cat found me. Put your tail up there. Yeah, they're looning the area. You're coming back through? Okay, you're coming back through. I'm glad you didn't look into the camera. That can be very distracting. Move along, buddy. Move along. Okay. Right. 2 of them, for me, I had 3 gambling goals. 2 of them were making money and earning comps, but what about my learning goal? This goal is to learn what works, how it works, and then explain it to others in the most transparent and concise manner I can manage. And that learning goal all started with this winning slot strategy. I learned it first. Here it is. After winning a decent-sized jackpot, go home. Go home, then come back 1 week later to play the same exact machine, starting about 5 to 10 minutes before the time when the prior jackpot was initially won the week before. Be aware that this advice doesn't necessarily apply on days of special events, such as holidays and other special casino events. However, this gambling rule does apply for events exactly 1 week apart. For example, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, from the point of view of implementing the deja vu strategy, are very similar. Relatively similar casino conditions and overall level level of activity tends to exist on both days. for that specific winning slot machine, and for whatever reason, in fact, exists for it to be a winner, that time of day or that on that day of the week had a higher than usual odds of winning a jackpot. So play it again at that time on that day of the week to see if the reason it was happening in the first instance is still in place. A good question to ask is why this strategy works at all. Here's my reasoning. As you know, now occurs at most casinos, their owners have installed an operating system which includes a central computer to control the odds of winning on each slot machine. The intent of this central computer is to adjust the odds as needed to meet the casino's financial performance metrics, some legally required within their gaming jurisdiction. And that's it. That's my reasoning. Casino operators are adjusting the odds on their slots depending on how their day is going financially. But as interesting as it may be, we don't need to know what exactly they're adjusting for or even how they're doing financially for the day. Knowing that the slot machine, that's what other strategies get into. This one is just about knowing that what the slot machine has indeed adjusted so often means our task is instead to go out and find those specific slot machines adjusted to have the best odds of winning at specific times of day on specific days of the week. In other strategies, I'll talk about how to find them, but this is straightforward and simple. Did you get a jackpot? Now you know. The winning strategy is under a higher level explanation all about rhythm. It takes advantage of the casino's rhythm. As most gamblers know, every day of the week has a different feel at casinos. Mondays at a casino are a little different from what Tuesdays, and Tuesdays are a little bit different from Wednesdays, but Fridays are different from all other weekdays, and Saturdays are not like Sundays, yet both are different from any weekday. What you are feeling each day is real. Casinos have an operating rhythm based on many events we don't have to understand. This winning strategy works to sync your slots gambling sessions into that rhythm. It attempts to exploit it, to anticipate seeing it recur the next week at the same time on the same slot machine. So how do you go about doing that? Here are a few ways to find the specific days and times when a specific slot machine has improved odds of winning. There are gamblers who already understand the process of winning jackpots. $1,200 and above results in a W2G. Do you win hand pays? If so, look for the slot machine serial number along with the date and time of the jackpot they've received. And I should be able to show you a example of a W2G so you understand where that's coming from. So there it is. There it is. This is a W2G tax form. I downloaded from the United States IRS, and there are places here where the date one type of wager transaction race is not often used, but it can be where they place the machine information, including machine ID. And so and the date one often includes a timestamp. So this is what you're looking for. This is what you're looking for with this. Where you at? There you are. So there you go. And I guess I still have Camilla's note up. So yes, if you haven't seen a W2G, that's where you would look. But those of you that do have W2Gs, for the casinos that do use them, tribal casinos have at times printed off a carbon kind of based receipt, more of a receipt than a W2G. It says W2G on it. So this is the US tax form, but not everybody uses it. So there are exceptions to this, but look on it for a timestamp on the ones that you have. So you can already use that information. And so what I am telling people who have W2Gs is that the day of the week and the time of the jackpot for that slot machine is a good time to play that machine with improved odds of winning. Most of the time, to repeat for emphasis, the cause of that specific time being a good time doesn't really matter. It just is, and your gambling records show it is an excellent time and place. I talk about, so use it, so I say use your information. And I talk about this in my book as my last strategy. And then I went further since I wrote the book in explaining exactly what to look for without having already received a jackpot, and where to find these machines. But if you see a jackpot, if you get a jackpot, then you can look at your own records and use your information. Another way to determine which specific slot machine has a specific day and time where it has improved odds of winning, you may already be doing this. So if you're playing it, you already like that machine, and you're available to be at the casino at that time and day of the week. So why wouldn't you try playing it again 1 week after winning a jackpot, perhaps starting 5 to 10 minutes earlier? When catch up here, good. When winning a jackpot, whether it is over the taxable limit or not, make a note of the time, day, and serial number to know when to return to play that same machine a week later. The intent here is to play through the same time of day on the same day of the week on the same slot machine on which you've previously won, but perhaps starting a few minutes earlier. However, if you don't have a history of playing at a particular casino, how might you go about implementing it? How do you find those slot machines paying out jackpots? Remember, you're looking for slot machines having either relatively large winnings or bankroll cycling. Slot machines with many small non-taxable jackpots let their players maintain a near constant balance for long periods of time. How do you find a slot machine with improved odds of winning? Well, take a seat and watch. Frankly, the precise times and specific slot machines that are showing a winning jackpot don't have to be yours. I've always wondered if, after one of my many recorded jackpots, I would return to find someone sitting at that slot machine and playing it through the good time period I discovered and perhaps foolishly previously told them about. This was of special concern to me, since this was the one strategy I shared in many conversations with my fellow gamblers. However, I never saw it happen, perhaps because of my habit of gambling at odd times of the day. Remember that my winning slot strategies are instead counter strategies, taking advantage of common casino marketing manipulation practices. Your casino may not have what's needed to take advantage of it. I wish I could tell you during my new to me casino trips whether this strategy works at a casino, but I often travel long distances to these casinos, so returning a week later isn't feasible. It's also true for a weekend trip or just a week trip to Las Vegas. This is a local casino winning strategy, casinos that you can visit regularly. That makes it your winning strategy. Using this strategy doesn't cost you anything more than what you're already spending. Yet, if it works, your odds are improved. Enjoy. Improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my where are you at? I made some changes to my stuff that I do. There we are. Okay. And come back to that. Improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses plus 1 month free to my Slots IQ membership, where you'll get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. And I will stop sharing that and stop that and come back to this. Okay, I'm learning how to deal with some other things going on. Didn't move my second monitor, if that matters. So let me share that link. Okay. And James, thank you, James, for the donation. It very much helps. And you're very welcome for all my help. I'm glad to do it. Okay, so questions. How this works is I talk for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and people ask their questions. While people ask their questions, make sure you use hashtag question at the beginning of your comments so I can spot it. And then I go through and answer those questions, and we go for as long as it takes to get through all of them, or until 2 hours goes by when my voice gives out. So hopefully it'll last that long. Lots of talking, it's part of the job. So questions, going back to questions. Let's see here. And yes, thank you, Camilla, for saying, reminding us to hit that like button. And yep, lots of move questions. And Desert Air is healthy. Any tips for casinos or store casinos in Nevada? There's tips, but there's no winning tips. In Nevada, I haven't found the gaming regs that makes them legal. I need to look into that. They don't advertise about these things, and places like Georgia and Tennessee have almost every convenience store, gas station, truck stop has those machines, and they're played constantly. In the truck stops, they're played like there's a line 24 hours a day. And I get text messages from people saying, I talked to the store clerk and they said, come back in the morning. And I came back in the morning, and because of some printer error that needed paper or whatever, a fault in the machine, and nobody remembers my coming in the day before. I showed them my receipts. Nobody, I talked to the store manager, and what do I do? And I have to say, I'm so sorry. There's no protections in place. There's no state gaming commission in Georgia, Tennessee, and a lot of these other states that are doing this. In Illinois, you can contact the state gaming commission and they can help you. But otherwise, it's the store clerk and maybe the manager. And that's all you can do. I've had to, tell people there's no protections in place. Now, Nevada does have, as I saw, the grocery stores and the convenience stores have these machines. And I don't know the source of them. There was no clue from online that such a thing existed. I need to find out whether there's protections in place. But that's really what's going on here. Right. So I don't have winning advantages for you. Main reason for that in Nevada is for these machines is because they don't have the extra stuff, the central server that the casinos have. There's no time, there's no schedule. They're just set out there and it's straight up. When you have some of these other channels talk about there's no such thing as, random number generator, there's no such thing as different odds during the day. They're talking about convenience store slots. Some of these folks sell these machines to convenience stores, and they know that. They know that the odds are just set to be a constant sort of thing. But casinos have, they choose where to put the machines with the higher odds, and even if you don't believe in central servers, it's these machines in stores there's no strategy by the grocery store to have better times winning for the crowds because there's no crowds. Moving on. Question, do you plan to visit Atlantis and Peppermint soon? Yes. Most of my day is taken with getting the sound right and figuring out better lighting. And I'm now recording videos on my patio at different times of the day, which you may have seen this morning with my short, and more coming. Uh, I do need to get out to the casino, but most of my day is spent selling my home, which goes on the market on Tuesday. I'm not there, so I've been having to get some services and my neighbor involved in doing some things and talking endlessly with my realtor. And of course, the move out here was expensive, took the last of my savings. And so, yeah, I might be able to scrounge up $300 to do my usual sort of thing. But Peppermill, Atlantis, yeah, yeah, I'll be heading out. I'm thinking about making weekly trips to Las Vegas since it's so cheap to fly from Reno, and fly for the day. And Wednesday is the day I'll be doing these trips. It might be a few weeks as I get settled, and uh, yeah, Peppermill. I also want to get out to Louisiana. People have been a little concerned that I might just become a Las Vegas centric, Nevada centric uh, uh, slots channel, educational slots channel, and I do care about the United States. So I have some things I want to do in Louisiana and Coshada, and love to go to Biloxi. And the state of Washington is much closer now for me instead of being like jet lag sort of trip. So yeah, I have many plans, not just to go to Reno, and yeah, soon. Daniel says, do you know yet if casinos in Reno employ the five sim taste like on the strip in Vegas? Maybe it is on a casino by casino basis. I got people have been informing me, realizing that I moved to Reno. They informed me that the five spin method works at Atlantis. I'll go check it out, and confirm it. But that's what I've been told. I don't know that it's all of them, but I will regularly review these casinos here in Reno, but I'm trying to when I don't fly someplace else. Yeah. Let's see. Did I see him? Did I miss a question? I think so. Okay. Oh, there it is. Thomas, I don't see your question, but you have a comment. I agree with the canceling bells and whistles unless it is huge, like now I'm going home huge. My spouse, on the other hand, absolutely loves watching coins and diamonds fly around. Thank you for sharing. And Camilla says, hit that like button, and please do. So Thomas has a question. In our casinos, okay, in our casinos on draw nights for 10K, the good machines are generally occupied. So exactly. The locals know that the good machines are occupied. So be that person. What time do they show up? Show up earlier. It's great that the good machines are occupied because you guys are working hard to do all the things I talk about and are doing it successfully. Now you have to figure out how to be better than the other person. And that means showing up 5 minutes before, and for them to be the ones that are right now, someone else says that machine is occupied by you. And that's what you need to accomplish. Yeah, it's great progress. And Will, hi. Hey, I was just in Vegas, stopped in at Planet Hollywood, got their played slots, and I would say down the line 5 or 6 slot machines down in the line, used ashtrays, etc. No players. Great. And I don't see a question, but it's great that you went down the line. No players. Good. Right. So there's a question. Any information on if your 5 spin method is working at the new Bristol casino? Let's see. I think one of my moderators. Can you speak up? He's called Slots of Fun. It's a husband and wife team, and they were recently at Hard Rock Bristol. Do you have a comment? We'll watch for that comment. See if they tried it out when they were there. I know they went there. Heading to Vegas tomorrow, largest amount of free play ever, hoping to convert using PS's strategies like waiting until Monday to play it. Uh, have a great time. I would fly down and meet you, but I'm still unpacking. So, uh, um, uh, Camilla, it sounds like it's best to avoid convenience store slots. If there's no gaming regs, that is worrisome. And you can still win, but it's not a strategy. Mostly you have to get out with your winnings, and hopefully they'll pay you. Yeah. Yep. Serenity, yeah, absolutely. I've realized I'm closer to the Washington casinos, and I don't have to take those. But yeah, I got a lot of flights coming up, and Louisiana. Yep. And Camilla's like, in Canada, and absolutely. I think I answered one of your questions in a live in uh, a slots Q&A library. I have a slots Q&A library where I put up short 60 seconds or less videos, and that one I recorded yesterday from my patio, and saying, have I been to Canadian casinos? And I answered it, and I have not. And which ones have I been close to? But what I was looking forward to was going up to Vancouver. So you're absolutely right. Um, and and so I wanted to say that, uh, yeah, you can ask. Yeah, you can ask about Hard Rock, Bristol. Um, so Joanne, we go to local casinos, Twin River, Rhode Island. Yep. Several times per weekend to play the same Buffalo machines. A few weeks ago, this machine uh, over 12 grand. It is still over 12 grand later. Don't get it. Right. So you're talking about progressives. And let's see, I think you had another comment there. And yeah. Okay. Um, just checking to see if you had a follow-up information. Um, you're probably talking about progressives. You're probably talking about the maximum, the major or grand, and that it hasn't. It's over 12K, and it's still over 12K weeks later. Is it the same exact number? Is it stopped climbing? Because if it stopped climbing, then they don't have a must hit buy. They have the cap. And that's a different way to run progressive slot machines, is that not all progressive slot machines have a must hit buy. Some of them will say right on there, must hit buy, must pay buy, right beneath each individual progressive jackpot. Others won't say that, but they still have it. You just have to figure out what that number is, and it can take a while. Then they don't have must pay by systems. They just have a cap. And so if it hit a cap, and it just stayed there, if it's not growing anymore, then it's not a must hit by, must pay by situation. If they're continuing the climb, make a note of how high it gets, and the next time it gets that high, play. Yeah. I hope that helps. I doubt. So KS says, has a comment. Atlantis is my house, and the 5-stream method works. Okay, so that's another confirmation. Seems Keno machines are connected to your methods as well. They shouldn't be. There's a very specific law in Nevada which says that the table games like video Keno, video poker, video blackjack don't have random number generators. They're actually the mathematical odds of the corresponding table game. That's it. No variations. And so just be aware that that's a very serious law. I've seen it broken a couple of times, but it was seen to be broken and reported, and all sorts of troubles resulted. So be careful of that. Anywhere else in the United States, that law, I have not found it. Looked for it, haven't found it. So anywhere else in the United States, video poker, video blackjack, video keno are all slot machines. But in Nevada, they have a law against it. It's very clear. 14.040 paragraph 5 in the Nevada statutes, revised statutes. Okay, questions. Okay, so if you have a question, make sure you type hashtag question at the beginning of the question so I can spot it. I almost missed yours, Poland. Do your methods work in online casinos? So what you need to do is my strategy 10, I came up with a method working with some people in Vancouver, actually, about online slots and the question whether or not to do it. It's called Bank the Bonus. And I'll be talking about that a week from today on the live stream. So you can stay for that, or you can go to my website and look for Bank the Bonus. You can go to YouTube. There's a video, Bank the Bonus. And that's my online strategy for you. Yeah. And yeah, so I'm actually, I was in Ohio where online slots was not available for real money gambling. It was prohibited, and now I'm in Nevada. So I'm like, if I were to go to the website, it's not blocked. I'm like, okay, I'll save that for like another day. Since Bristol was only open 2 weeks when we were there, very few idle machines for very long, it was nice and busy. Okay, slots of funds giving additional information. And Joanna says it keeps climbing. I think maybe 13K is max. Okay, so yeah, the thing is, you need to play close to the must hit by amount in order not to. One cat is in a box, the other cat is outside the box playing with the cat in the box. Guys, come on. This is what entertainment looks like in the Friedel household. Okay, I'm going to try to ignore them. So when you get to 13K, I mean, when it climbs, you don't want to start too early, because then, even if you win, it won't be dudes. Sorry, male and female. Okay. My cats are so entertaining. I wish you could see that. Okay. So be careful not to play it too soon, because you can lose. Yeah, kitties love boxes. Don't play it before the top amount. But what you can watch for this time is see where it hits at, and then next time it gets this high. It requires patience, but this is the technique that is for progressive slot machines. See where it hits by, see what the highest ever amount that it was hit by, and then that's what you base it on, you determine, and that's great. But you can't, if you put too much money into it, that's hard. So Mark has a question. The M Resort in Henderson, yeah, I've been to Henderson, is adding more rooms from the local news blog. Oh, okay. Probably a good time to take a loose machines there. I hit a 4K jackpot on my third spin last Wednesday at 7 a.m. Yay! In the high limit room. Awesome. Wonderful. Congratulations. Yes, if they're going to be adding, major construction costs, renovations cost, and, putting up some new walls in the casino doesn't really cost that much. So it depends a lot on, is it construction and that sort of renovation. Okay. One cat is like facing away from the other one, not looking at it, and kind of looks back over its shoulder at it. And the other one's waiting in the box going, come on, we're in the box. Yeah, congratulations on your win. I'm glad to hear it. Henderson has the 5 spin, looks like. That's a little bit. Did you test for the 5 spin? That's hopefully best. Okay, they're out of the boxes. And they love Windows. Yes. And absolutely. Yes. Um, okay. And I don't see any more questions. And, improve your slots play with, where are we at? Here we are. Improve your slots play in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses, plus 1 month free membership to my Slots IQ membership, where you'll get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. Okay, that's it. What a great live stream. And you'll see me on my next live stream on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. Pacific. In the meantime, watch this video on further details on the winning slot strategy discussed today. Take care.